guys, welcome to the Everett Silver Show. We have exciting guests as we do every week, and so I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm always bringing it to you, so thanks so much for staying in tune with us. Stay connected. You're watching the Everett Silver Show. Well, folks, I want to welcome you guys to the Everett Silver Show. I'm Everett Silver, and I have the wonderful privilege. Listen, I'm telling you, everybody's talking about the outrageous late night comedy series. It's Florida, man, and it returns for season 2. And I tell you, debuting November the 28th, HBO, and I believe also on Max. I have the wonderful privilege of talking to creator, director, and also executive producer Jeff Tomsic is here with us. Jeff, the first question I got to ask you, man. Where did this come from, man? How did it come? Did it come out of your head? Where did it came
A
from?
lot of it came out of my head, but it started with Danny McBride, who I'm sure you know from HBO's Eastbound and Down, Vice Principals of Royal Gemstones. And we've been trying to work together for years. And his producer called me up one day and said, "You're a crazy Florida person. What if we did a show that was a hybrid of documentary and actors for HBO?" And I was like, count me in. Let's do it.
Well, I gotta ask because this is so creative. Because I believe earlier this year you kind of held an opening casting across Florida,
Mhm.
talking to Florida. I mean, from their wildest true stories. But what's so creative is that you really kind of tapping into some deep connections with Florida Floridians. Talk about that.
Well, it's funny because first season we sort of chased headlines almost exclusively, things that we'd seen in the news, and we changed it up entirely this season and asked people to volunteer their stories, which I was surprised anyone wanted to do myself, but there are a lot of people that want to share, and that's sort of the spirit of the story is when you see a lot of these headlines and memes and Twitter and stuff about Florida, man, they're often kind of mean spirited. It's
Mhm.
kind of taking advantage of people in their lowest moments. And I wanted to
Right.
put a real voice to those stories and let those those people have a say in their own narrative and hear it from their point of view.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's a whole different story when you hear the real people tell it as opposed to it being told for them. And yeah, we got into all kinds of different wild worlds. You know, the thing about Florida is there's so much diversity here, so many different types of people, so many different types of landscape and culture. And living here, I didn't even wasn't totally aware of it. And it was a real pleasure to run around and see some of these places. It was like traveling all over the world in within one state. The difference between Everglades City and Naples, only an hour from each other, is as big as it gets. And you have the most expensive neighborhood in America, houses selling for $265 million. And then you guys living in swamp shacks, just
Right.
enjoying the heck out of life. So that was really fun. So I always want to, and I don't have total control over it because it sort of depends on who wants to share and what story really adds up to a good half hour of television. But I want to
Right.
cover as much of the state as possible. There is a whole wide world of different
Right.
perspectives, and a lot of these people aren't uh, people you see on television normally. You don't see sort of a weird 60-year-old, maybe racist white man who's in love
Right.
with a young black man and tell that love story on TV. That's my own romantic comedy right there. That's the show's
That,
love
that-
act.
Now, Jeff, speaking of that, man, because you have a lot of celebrity guests that's going to be on there. You got to mention a few: Tiffany Haddish, Johnny Knoxville, man, Adam Devine. So talk about, man. I mean, because they're already funny within themselves, and then you just mentioned something hilarious. What is it like trying to pull that together and keep a straight face?
Oh, I never keep a straight face. But I'm often banished from my own set for laughing too loudly and blowing the audio recordings. I can't keep it together. Most of these people are dear friends of mine that I've known since we were broke kids struggling to work in entertainment. So Tiffany I've known since she was a young stand-up, and I've always thought she's one of the funniest people on earth. So we
Wow.
go way back, and that's true of a lot of people on the show. Um, what happens with a lot of these people who've gotten much more successful than I have is that it's hard to see your friends. It's hard to work with your
Yeah.
friends. You're being pulled in all these different directions, and
Right.
this is a pretty fun way just to get together for a couple days, close to where people live in Los Angeles, to shoot that portion, and just be silly together for a little bit of time. I mean that's a big reason why I got in this business, so I can just fool around with my friends and try to make something we care about. And this is a little piece of that. So some people I haven't worked with before, but had liked the show first season and wanted to be a part of it, or I just pestered them until they decided they wanted to be a part of it. But there's a lot of old friends. And first season um, was mostly old friends. Sam Richardson I've known forever. Ego Nadim from SNL, some of my wife's best friends, and Simon Rex I'd known through friends as well. It's
Right.
a small group, fun to play with.
Well, I'll tell you, we got to let everybody know. I know it's debuting again, season two, November the 28th on HBO and Max. But also, I see a season plotting to steal the entire casino boat, Jeff. Come on.
That's how we open this season. It's a man whose dogs were seized by FDLE, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and it doesn't make much sense. But as revenge, he decided to steal an entire casino. It has nothing to do with the law.
Right.
Um, and whether he got away with it or not is something you got to see.
Okay. Some of you got to see, guys. And then, but Jeff, so proud of things that you're doing, man, and then the creativeness behind this, man. This is your second season, man. And are you surprised at the success, though? I'm looking at, man, you're talking 2.3 million cross-platform viewers already, man, from per episode.
Yeah, it was crazy. I had no idea. I don't know, Everett. You probably have the same experience. You do your thing, you just get it done, and then you're like, wait, what a second. I sort of forget that it's suddenly going to be seen. I mean, we worked right. I worked right down to the wire last year, and it was it's a difficult show to make, more difficult than it probably appears. And then it came out, and I was blown away that people
Right.
enjoyed it. All you can hope for is that if one person enjoys it, I've been happy. And then to have that kind of engagement with the audience is pretty cool. So I'm happy. I thank everyone that did watch it. Hopefully they'll watch it again.
I saw something that was actually a good coin phrase. I'm not sure who said it, but it says the best HBO show you're probably not watching.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard that one. Well, Ever, we gotta get to watch, man. I mean, that's a lot of people watching for nobody watching. Maybe it's just Florida watching it. I don't know.
But I got to tell you, any last minute things, Jeff. I know we don't have a lot of time. Well, we got 3 minutes, I think, here to talk. But including we talked about man. There are a lot of things that are happening, and there are a lot of. How do you even begin to think about being creative? Because Florida is going through so many devastating tragedies. I mean, from weather, man. Does that even affect you when you start the filming or doing anything?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't affect us shooting, but almost all my family is here, so I did have some people who had real damage during Helene and Milton during first season, and I was trying to put out the word through the show about hurricane relief last year. Yeah, and really ultimately, my hope for this show is that it just lets you forget about your troubles.
Right, right.
For 30 minutes at a time. There's a lot going on in the world that is not worth thinking about and is horrifying. And you just laugh at these people who are open to sharing their little disasters in their smaller world for a minute, and hopefully like realize that these people you normally don't see on television are just as loving and kind, all crazy as the ones that live next door. So that's the ideal.
Well, Jeff, I'm a new fan, man. You got to tell you one of a new fan, man. You're hilarious. Just even talking with you, so I know where it came from now, and that makes sense. Where all this creativeness have come out of you, man. And then any last minute things you want to say, man? Because we do want to again remind everybody, guys. HBO, this is serious, outrageous late night comedy. It's Florida, man. Season 2 premieres November the 28th. And then, Jeff, any last minute things you want to say to kind of I just appreciate having you today, man. And look, great success to you.
Well, if anyone out there has a story, hopefully we can do it in season 3. In the meantime, come visit Florida and just don't move here.
Guys, I want to make sure you tune into It's Florida, man. Season 2, November 28th, HBO and Max is going to be. And I've had the wonderful privilege of talking to creator, director, executive producer Jeff Tomsic, man. Jeff, what a pleasure, man, and much success to you on the show, buddy.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much, Everett. Great to meet you and talk with you.
You too,
Take care.
man. All right, season's up,
All right.
man. Watch out for the alligators. Well, guys, thanks so much for tuning into the Everett Silver Show. Stay tuned. Don't turn that dial because we got more exciting guests right here on the Everett Silver Show. Be back in a moment. Chef Jamie Gwen, who always keeps us informed about the holiday and what we need to do, and tell you, got wonderful tips, got recipes for us. So, where did we start, Jamie?
You got it, Everett. I'm glad to see you. Happy holidays to you. Yes, I'm going to
Happy
make you a
holiday.
culinary hero. I brought you my best tools, my favorite ingredients. So here we go. The holiday season does not start, nor does it any day for that matter, without a good cup of coffee. And I like to serve cafe style, coffee house style beverages at home because it always impresses. So this season, I'm serving a gingerbread iced coffee and a hot coffee with eggnog whipped cream. So good. Great coffee starts with freshly ground coffee beans from the Infinity Conical Burr Grinder. I love my Capresso touchscreen coffee maker. It brews up to 12 cups of coffee hot, or it has an iced coffee mode too. And this is my favorite tool. This is the Capresso Froth TS Milk Frother. It makes hot and cold foam and the best hot chocolate. So start out with a good cup of coffee. Your day is made, right?
Okay, right. Now you're talking about that's some good advice for keeping holiday hosting effortless and still impressive, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think it is all about how to reduce the stress, but still impress. So when it comes to decorating your table, I'm often asked, how do you make it easy? Well, first you do an edible centerpiece of some sort, pumpkins or pomegranates and oranges down the table, and then you personalize it somehow. And crafters in the know that if you want to add warmth and creativity to your home, you need a Cricut Joy Extra. This is the powerful machine that is super simple when it comes to crafting custom everything, decorative wine glasses, tea towels. They have a design space that makes it so that you can access thousands of ready to make projects. That way, your celebration feels uniquely yours. And I love that when it comes to the holidays with family and friends. And then, Everett, let's talk about food. Let's take the stress off entertaining and let's make it grazable, shall we? Everybody loves Alouette garlic and herb soft spreadable cheese. I do too. Chef inspired, creamy and flavorful, right? Comes in that reusable ramekin where you can put it back in the fridge, but we finish it every time. And they have two new flavors, Parmesan basil and caramelized onion. Alouette also does a double creme brie, and I do mine with maple roasted apples, smoked almonds, and fresh thyme. And that recipe is absolutely delicious. You'll find them in the deli aisle. It is a great way to please a crowd. And last but not least, the question I get asked the most is, what do I serve before the big feast? I don't want everyone to fill up, but I need to put something out. And we love a charcuterie board. It's ever trending, but the new thing is a relish tray. So you could add dried and fresh fruit and salumi, but make sure it has a bevy of olives. I love Pearl's olives. They're all natural, ripe black olives, have no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, that gorgeous natural brown color. Pearls is the only American-owned company that offers a full line of olives. These are grown in sunny California, my home state, and I love their specialties line where they're garlic stuffed and pimento stuffed. This is a great way to impress a crowd. And you know, I always post all the information at dailylounge.com.
Talk about holiday with a flair, man. My God, Jamie, always can count on you.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. Always a pleasure to have my wonderful guest, celebrity chef Jamie Gwen. Thank you so much for doing the show today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you. Happy holidays to you. I'll see you on social at Chef Jamie Gwen, posting good recipes all the time.
All the time. Thank you. Happy holidays, Jamie. See you later. More guests coming your way. Don't touch that dial. I'll be back in a moment.
Hi.
Dan, how you doing? Thank you for doing the show. Pleasure to have you, sir.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me.
Well, first we got to talk about the fries giving, the ultimate Thanksgiving hack for the Connect First No Fuss Holidays. I have Dan Pelosi's here. I tell you, he's going to tell us what we need to know and just acclimated with those Thanksgiving things that we need to know. And so, with that being said, Dan, where do we start?
Well, we're starting with the fact that I love Thanksgiving, and I do believe it's one of America's favorite times of the year. But with all the hustle and bustle, people are looking for a more casual way to celebrate, like Friendsgiving. And that's why I'm so excited to partner with McCain, who are the makers of 1 in 4 French fries worldwide, to introduce Friesgiving, which is your ultimate hack to celebrating the holiday with less fuss and more togetherness. I'm really excited because I've created these loaded herb fries using McCain's quick cook waffle fries, which crisp up in minutes in the oven and are perfect. They're the perfect canvas for you to load all of your favorite leftovers. What I've done here is I've taken my favorite herbs that I've been using for cooking my meal. I've got sage, rosemary, thyme. I toss the fries in those. Then I'm going to load creamy brie on top, toss them in the oven to melt. While that's happening, I'm taking leftover cranberry sauce and ketchup, creating a really tangy dipping sauce. And then I'm taking some leftover gravy, some mayo, making a really creamy, savory dipping sauce. And of course, you can throw anything else you've got left over on top of these for a really delicious way to celebrate Friesgiving. I also am taking a really fun twist on the classic charcuterie board and making a fry board. So I've got 3 really delicious McCain fries. I've got these new garlic and herb fries, which are super savory and taste just like you'd get in a restaurant. I've got these sweet and crispy sweet potato crinkle fries. And then I have the happiest fry in America, the smiles. I put those all on a board, surround them with all your favorite charcuterie friends, meat, cheese, fruit, nuts, dipping sauces, for a great way for people to interact and get together on Friesgiving.
Now, you got to talk about give us some other hosting tips, Dan.
Absolutely. So I think my number 1 tip is to try and be as present as possible so that you can make sure that all of your guests are having a good time, getting to know each other, and really enjoying their time with you at your house. But that can be easier said than done. So I just want to remind you, get ahead of your menu, make a really solid plan, read all of your recipes, start to finish, so there's no surprises. Stock your pantry. You don't want to run out of the basics when you're too focused on specialty ingredients. And I also think you need to think about how you're using your oven. So I really love throwing these fries in while I'm carving my turkey, letting them crisp up and having a really great part of my meal while I'm at the very end of getting everything straight to the table.
And then you got to tell us now, with all these great things you told us today, Dan, where do we go for further information?
You're going to want to go to mccainfoodsusa.com/Friesgiving or visit your local grocery store to stock up in the freezer aisle for all of your favorite McCain fries so that you can celebrate Friesgiving at home.
Now, I would be remiss without saying New York Times best-selling author, comfort food creator Dan Pelosi has been with us. Dan, thanks so much for doing the show today.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be here. Happy Friesgiving.
Happy Friesgiving. There you go. Thank you. Right,
more guests coming your way. Don't touch that dial. I'll be back in a moment. Hey, Joann.
Hey, Everett, how are you?
Doing wonderful. And of course, you're looking good and dapper there.
Oh, thank you. I wish I could see you. But you know, Kathy just said that her boyfriend's ready. I tell her to back off because Everett's mine. My Dukes are
Well,
out.
folks, I want to welcome my special guest. Turkey Day is just around the corner, guys. Life Minutes editor in chief, Joann Butler is here with us. Kind of tell us everything to be thankful for, so we can just enjoy the day. Now, whether you're hosting or a guest, again, good morning to you, Joann. But what's the biggest tip?
Good morning. Well, my biggest tip, Everett, is to always be ready. But, despite our best efforts, things happen. And even, when you're at your best, you could be right in the middle of making a dessert and you run out of the butter, or you realize you forgot to
That's
get the napkins, or you burn the pie you were supposed to bring to your party. So same day delivery service shipped. I got to tell you about them. They've literally saved the day for me more times than I can count. And they just make last minute holiday runs super easy, especially this coming week when Thanksgiving sales are peaking. They're the one-stop shop app, more than 100 retailers everyone knows and loves, like your favorite local grocery store, Target, Michael's, and just a ton more. Same day delivery options, great deals on top of their already amazing service right now, and their quality shoppers. For starters, they're hosting a deep discount on their annual membership, half off, $49 a year. It's regularly $99. If you head to their website, ship.com/hi, you can get in on that deal till December 2nd. And the membership's really the way to go, because it's the best way to save yourself time and money for the holidays and all year long, actually. They're also doing a buy one, get one, Everett, 50% off those last minute staples like butter, cream cheese, milk, eggs, canned goods, you name it. All available via Ship same day delivery, November 24th through the 26th, the key days leading up to Turkey Day. So burnt pie no more. Ship.com/hi, you'll be all set.
And then I know you have some wonderful other tips for us.
Yeah, do as much as you can the night before. Set the coffee machine, set the table, go disposable, so you're not, cleaning all these dishes and stuff. Disposable plates, utensils. Shipped actually sees a spike in those the day before Thanksgiving. And everyone knows Thanksgiving is all about the leftovers, so stock up on disposable containers. Guests will totally appreciate that. You can even write their name on them. It's a sweet little touch, like a goodie bag. Have your outfit ready, laid out the night before. Have your hair done, your nails done. It sounds so simple, but a lot of people don't realize it. And you know what? If you run out of hairspray, Everett, Shipped can help you with that too. So they've got you covered, from the makeup to all the goodies you're going to need for the big day.
Well, let me tell you, I'm sure that's all covered. And then where do we go for further information?
Check out ship.com/hi and sign yourself up. Also, you can hit our website, lifeminute.tv. We'll have more holiday tips there for you.
Life Minute TV's, I tell you, editor-in-chief and founder. Thanks so much, Joann Butler. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Always a pleasure to be with you, Everett. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, and we talk. More guests coming your way. Don't touch that dial. I'll be back in a moment. Happy holidays. Well, folks, we got to talk about Black Friday, Cyber Monday coming up, and what deals should viewers kind of be keeping their eye out for right now. And so we've got Bob Guiney's here with us, and Bob, we know him as the Bachelorette, man, and things he's got going. He's got his own program. I'm so proud of him. And so, but Bob, talk about these deals you got coming up for Cyber Monday, man, and Black Friday.
Well, remember back in the day when Cyber Monday and Black Friday were like single days a month, and now I feel like it's a full month dedicated to the deals that come from this stuff, and a lot of it's around electronics. And man, we've got something great for you here. This is a 98-inch TCL QM7K 4K TV. 98 inches. This thing's literally the size of a movie screen. $1999. That's $2,000 off of its normal price. The QD Mini LED series ranges in sizes from 55 up to 115 inches, so we got something for everybody, no matter what size they want. Delivers ultra-wide viewing angles, deep blacks, and a super bright halo-free picture. For gamers, for people who love playing video games and stuff, the automatically enabled game mode here gives the lowest possible input lag and latency for unmatched gaming performance. And TCL, they're a great company. They not only do televisions, tablets. We got the TCL's Next Paper 11 Plus tablet, 70% off retail, $259.99. This Android tablet has an 11.5-inch display that delivers a paper-like feel. Feels like paper in your hand when you're reading off of it. Advanced eye comfort. The 3-in-1 VersaView mode lets you switch between vibrant visuals for streaming, ink paper mode for an e-reader-like display, while the color paper mode is perfect for reading comics or magazines. So great gift ideas right there on the electronic stage for this holiday season.
And Bob, I thought I was doing all right, 55-inch man, but I mean, I can't beat that.
I'll tell you,
Now,
98
Bob,
inches, it's crazy.
there is a gift that everybody want on their wish list. What is that
Yeah.
gift?
Well, I've been saying this a lot today. They might not know they want this one, but I'm telling you that they're going to want it, and they need it. You know, between our work and personal use, think about it. We've got hundreds of online accounts, right? And hackers are going crazy. I don't know how many times I'll look at my phone. There's a text message encouraging me to click a link, and a lot of people fall for that stuff. And it doesn't
Right.
mean that they're not smart about it. It's just you get inundated with it. Well, the
That's
YubiKey
right.
from Yubico takes away the headache of online security. This is a physical security key that protects your accounts by adding an extra layer of security beyond just the username and password. It's called two-factor authentication. It only takes one simple touch of the key to log in. There's no need for batteries, mobile connectivity, no more cutting and pasting annoying passcodes. And without physical access to your YubiKey, hackers cannot get into your stuff, plain and simple. You can save 30% off the YubiKey 5 NFC and the YubiKey 5C NFC November 24th through December 1st on yubico.com. So just make sure you check it out and you can find those savings.
Now, Bob, there's you got to have a strategy for tackling the hard to shop for person that we all have on our list, man. What
Yeah.
is that?
I like to look at their hobbies. Now, if you got a crafter on your list, check out Cricut, right? You can create everything from festive candle vases, personalized throw pillows, holiday shirts for the whole family. I mean, you can do all sorts of great things with this. And starting November 23rd, you can get the Cricut Joy Extra for $129 and the Cricut Explorer 4 for $199, some of their best savings of the year. You can join a community of crafters with their Design Space platform, access thousands of images, fonts, ready-to-make projects that bring your vision to life step by step. And then if they love music, well, you can bring your party up a notch, and this makes a really great gift. It's the Booze and Vinyl Country. It's the latest installment from Andre Darlington's best-selling Booze and Vinyl series. This is a listening party guide. It's an incredible collection of groundbreaking music paired with mood-setting cocktails. And the albums in Booze and Vinyl Country are organized chronologically in 3 chapters. We got Toe Tappers, Unwind, and Coming Home. So for instance, you want to host a garage party, Clint Black's album Killing Time, that's the one. You want a Christmas gathering, Carrie Underwood, perfect, right? Throw in a vodka martini, throw in a whiskey drink, you got yourself a holiday party. So it's a holiday party in a book, man, and it's great for the holidays for everybody.
I can always count on my man Bob to give us these wonderful ideas. Now, Bob, where do we go for further information?
Thank you for asking, my friend. You just go to dailylounge.com and you can find out everything we talked about today and more.
dailylounge.com, where you want to go. Always a pleasure to have my main man, Bob Guiney, man. It's always a pleasure, man. And congratulations on your show and much success to you for things you got going on. Thanks, Bob. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Everett. Have a great day.
Seems like forever is coming. I can't believe it's happening to